Lot 318 stands for loving others in truth. And it comes from the Bible, from 1 John 3:18. And it says, "Dear brothers and sisters, do not love in word and tongue, but in action and in truth." And that's exactly what we do here. We want to love people in action and in truth. We're not just going to speak it, but we're going to come alongside you in the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want to make sure you know that we're here for you.
Lot 318 in particular has been life-changing to the city of Placentia. Years ago, that was a gang-ridden street. That was a challenge for not only the people on that street, but also for our public safety. And that nonprofit came in of their own accord just to help the people on that street. And over the years have just been life-changing to that entire street and that entire community. And so the city recognized very quickly the value of that partnership. And so there have been times where we partner with them on events because they have taken ground away from the gangs in our city that we don't ever want to go back.
It wasn't the nicest area. We didn't have all these resources or anything like that. This was like the prohibited area. You didn't come down here. Your parents didn't want you nowhere around here. And it was sad because majority of our, friends lived down here. And it wasn't until, Lot 318 came that we saw the change.
Homework Club and just Lot 318 in general has made a huge impact in my life. I feel like if Lot 318 wasn't a part of my life, I would have been a completely different person. And with that being said, I feel like I wouldn't have even finished high school.
Since Lot 318 has stepped in, we've seen a drop in teenage pregnancy inside of the kids that are in our programs. We've seen a drop of gang activity from our kids and in this community, in this neighborhood specifically. We've just seen life changing, and we try to love others in truth, and we invest in these kids so that they can ask those next questions. What college am I going to go to? What career am I going to step into? Instead of like, oh, what gang am I going to join into? So we're asking those big questions and hopefully preparing them for the future, so that way they can have a brighter future and just set a really good example for their family and for their peers as well.
When the police car just started to come around the corner, they just got giddy. They were just giddy about it because they trust these police officers, their neighbors, their friends, and most of the times they're here, it's for something positive. And I think that's part of their whole foundation. It's part of their support. They're getting it from the ground up.
We started taking these young teenage boys on service projects, going to LA to feed the homeless, going to baseball games, and showing them there's an alternative, that this cul-de-sac is not the end, it's not the world, there's a bigger world out there. So we provided those opportunities. And little by little, the community started changing. The community started being empowered by understanding that they have worth, they have value, and they have purpose. So when you can give that to somebody, watch out, you can change the world. We really believe that for such a time as this, Brian, that building is for us. The lady has helped us tremendously in many, many things that we've done. But we realize that if somebody else buys that building, we may lose the Homework Club location that you just witnessed. We may lose our parties we have in the back. So as a board, we voted that we want to pursue this adventure. And not only that, the landlord wants to sell to us exclusively. She's seen the changes that took place here. So she's like, yes, I will sell to you. Many have called me and I've said no to them. And so if we had this place, one, it puts a stake in the ground saying Lot 318 is here to stay. You're not welcomed here. No bad is welcome here. We want good. And the other thing is that it also tells the community, hey, we're here. Right? We're here and we want you to know we care enough to make sure that you guys are going to be safe. Not that we can save anybody, but the presence does something, again, with the whole empowerment. And so that's kind of what we believe, that this building is our next step in furthering what Lot 318's purpose is, which is invest in a child, build a generation, create a community, right? So we can do that. That's exactly what we want to do, not just here, but throughout the entire city of Placentia.